Hello everyone. I think we had some technical difficulties. I was not able to start the live. Now we can start. So guys, we have got some comment related to the same that they are not able to see the quiz. Now I think you should be able to see my screen, right? Can anyone of you please confirm? Hello. Yes, can you please confirm if you are able to see my screen and the live video? Okay, so now we'll start. I think I didn't start the live session. Okay, people have already joined. Let's start now. Just give me a minute. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel WishInfinite. Okay, and this particular video is the fourth video related to the Playwright interview live questions, right? So if people have already joined previously, they must be knowing the procedure what we are going to do. So I would be sharing, I have already shared that particular link which you would be able to see into the chat. Okay, and from there you can join this particular quiz, and then I would be going through different questions, and you need to give the answers. Okay, the link is already there. Some people have already joined. Okay, I will just share my screen. Now you should be able to see the screen. So we have got hello from Sakshi, from Prateek. Okay, so hello Sakshi, hello Prateek. Okay, now 9 people have already joined. I think we can proceed further with the quiz. We are already delayed. Just give me a minute. Okay, so 9 people are already there. We will start this quiz. Okay, so what you need to do, I would be going through the different questions one by one. You need to give correct answers within 60 seconds, and the people who would be giving correct answers within less time duration, they would be top onto the leaderboard. In between, I would be sharing the leaderboard also. Okay, one question I think I've already proceeded further, but we can do it again. Okay, so let's start. So here's the question: which locator correctly select a div that contains a child span with the text active? So now you can give the answer. These are the 4 options. Okay, option A, B, C, and D. Six people have already answered. I would suggest everyone to participate. And then once we are done, I would be sharing the correct answers, and I would be also explaining why we have selected this particular option, right? Or whatever the correct answers which we are having. We have 10 more seconds. Okay, so we have got 13% for option A, 63% for option B, and 25% for 25% for option B, and 63% for option C. Let me reveal the correct answer. So the correct answer is this one, which is page.locator, and here we want to select the div, right? That was the question. And here we want to select the div which contains a child span, okay, with the text active. So that's what here we are going to use this has option. So here is the syntax which we would be using, page.locator. This can be any locator. For now we just want to select the div, so directly we have given the tag. You can give XPath, CSS, anything here, right? Any valid locator here, and then we are mentioning that we want to select the only div which is having the span with the test active. So here what we need to put, we need to put a comma, we need to put a curly braces. So this is the second argument which we would be passing to the locator method, and here we need to use this has key, and its value would be the locator which is going to detect the span with the text active, right? So whichever the div which is having this particular span with the active text will get selected, right? In the VS Code also, let me open the same. So in the VS Code, as you can see, this particular section, this one here at line number 18, we have done the same thing. We were going to detect the element, right? This is not that exact example, this is a separate example. We want to select any element with this particular class, right? I told you can give XPath or CSS selector here, and then we have given this particular option here as this particular locator. So we want to select any element with this particular class which is having this element, right? So the same thing we have seen here, right? We have selected the div which is having this particular locator, you can see, or you can say that this particular span with the text active. Okay, now we can see the leaderboard quickly. So we have Muthu on to the top, who has given answer within 9 seconds, and then we have Shweta, Kush, Rita, and Sana. Okay, now we can move to the next one. So here's the next question: which statement about has not option of the locator method is correct? And we are having these 4 options. Option A, it ignores child locators and only checks siblings. It selects elements that do not contain an inner locator. It can only be used with CSS selectors, not XPath. And option D is it only works with text-based inner locators. You have 30 more seconds. You can select the correct answer. 20 more seconds, right? And then we will be revealing the answer. And guys, try to give the answers very quickly so that you would be on top of the leaderboard. Okay, so time is over. We can see different options which people have selected. So 14% people have selected it ignores the child locator and only checks sibling. We are talking about has not option, right? In the previous questions we saw this has option, right, which is there into the locator method. Now we are talking about this has not option. Option B is it selects element that do not contains an inner locator, and 57% have selected this option and 29% have selected this one. Let me reveal the correct answer. So the correct answer is option B, it selects element that do not contain an inner locator, and 57% people have selected this one. And let me just give you a quick example. Today's quiz is going to be little easy, as we are going to talk about getBy methods, and you should be aware about that, right? This has method, these has options, you may be using less, but you would be using these locator method directly and those getBy methods, right? So this is the example. We can check. See here we have used this has not option, right? So this is page.locator where first argument would be any locator, right, which we want to detect, and on top of that we are passing this particular option which is a object where key is has not and its value is a locator, right? So we want to select element which is not having any child with this particular specification, right? So if any element, let's say this is a div with this class, right, dot form underscore group. So, and inside it there are different elements, right? So we don't want to select the element which is having any input field with username ID, right? So if there would be different input fields, let's say there are 10 different fields, and out of that 5 fields are having this particular locator or this particular ID, in that case only different fields will get selected which are not having this particular ID, right? And then you can perform any option, right? It is the page.locator, and on that you can perform click operation, or if you want to enter value inside those fields, right, that you can do as this is going to be as it is going to get detected, right? And then you can perform any operation. If it is a div, you can perform click. If it is something like the input field which is getting selected, you can enter value there. And now we can move to the next one. So here's the next one. Which locator will return button whose visual text includes the word submit anywhere inside it? So we want to select a button, and for that particular button we should be having a text with submit, text as submit, right? And you have 4 options which you can see onto the screen. I am not going through these options as that is code. It would be easy for you to read onto the Slido. We have 30 more seconds and then we will be reading and discussing this particular questions. And guys, these questions are related to 2 topics which you would be seeing, just a second, into my playlist. When you will visit my playlist, here you would be able to see this Playwright tutorials, right? And here if you will open this playlist, so you would be able to see these 2 videos, right? One is related to the options, right, for the locator method which we are currently discussing, and then second one is related to the master getBy methods. So you are going to see questions related to these 2 topics. If you have not watched these 2 videos, I would recommend you to watch these 2 videos. Here you would be able to see multiple videos, around 96 videos are there, so you can master Playwright from here, right? There are different topics which are there, and I am continuously adding more topics to this particular playlist. And now let's reveal the answer. And 71% people have selected the option B. Apart from that, we have 14% for A and C. Okay, and this is the correct answer, right? 71% people have given the correct answer. So here what we have done, we wanted to select the button which is having a text as submit. So for that, again we have used one option for this locator method which is as text, and here as we wanted to select the button, so here we have given that particular what we say tag, right, HTML tag. And then second argument which we have given is the object where we can pass the different key. So the key which we need to pass is #text : and here either you can pass directly the text or you can pass the regular expression. So this is the regular expression, right? You can also pass text within the quotes, but we wanted to select the button which is having this particular submit text, which includes this particular submit text. It can be submit form or submit your answer. So there can be any text onto that particular button, but it should have the submit, right? So this was the correct answer. Here into the code you can see, I think I must have used it. See this one, page.locator. Here we are trying to select the anchor type which is having a text, right? And this should be the text. This is a different answer. So like this you can find your element, right, for any element which is having this particular text, and on this particular element you can perform any operation. And now let me see the leaderboard. So still we have Mudhu on to the top with all 3 correct answers within 1 minute 13 seconds, and then we have Shweta, Vidhi, Sana and Vansh. Now let's move further. So this is the question, which is what does the following locator return? And here is the locator, page.locator. Here is the HTML tag li, and then we are using this particular has not text option, and its value is this regular expression. You can see and select the answer from option A, B, C, D, and then I will also show you that I will also explain this particular question and answer to you. We have 20 more seconds left. Only 6 people have given the correct answer, or not correct, but they have given the answer. All the 9 people have already given the answer. Okay, so 56% people have selected this one, that all list element. So what was the question? Here we were asking that what this following locator will be returning, right? And the locator was this one, page.locator, and the tag which we have given, estimate tag, was the li. And here is the option. Here within the curly braces we have given this has not text as the key and done as the regular expression, right? So this regular expression, if you're not aware, this regular expression is for the done text. So we want to get the specific text only, which is starting with this D ending with E, and it should be done, right? And here 56% people have selected this one, all li elements with the text that contains done. And apart from that, 11% and 33% people have selected option A and option C. Now let me reveal the correct answer first. So correct answer is this one, option C. All list elements, right, whose text is not exactly done. So we want, let's say onto the page there are 50 or hundreds of links, and you want to select the link who is not having text done in them, or any text. Let's say XYZ text should not be there for those particular link, right? Or for those particular any item. Here we have taken the option li, right? So if we will talk about it, there are different list items, right? And we just want to select the item which are not done. Let's say they are in progress. There are different list items like in progress, done, not done, right? So we just want to get the list items which are not done, right? Which are if they are having this done text, we don't want to select them. So it will select all the list item elements whose text is not exactly done, right? I will just show you it on VS Code also. Here I've used has not text. See here at line number 27. Just a second. Let me open this highlighter. Okay, so this one, page.locator, and this is the element, and we want to select the element which is not having this text, has not text. And here we have used different regular expression, but there we have used the expression for the done. So if done is there anywhere into that particular item, it should not get selected, right? You can try to do the practice using these options also, so you would be perfect. You would be able to select the item perfectly, right? Select the element perfectly. And now let's reveal the leaderboard quickly. We have Shweta onto the top with all the correct answers, and we have Muthu, Didi, Sana, and Ligi, I think, right? I'm not spelling it wrong. Okay, now let's move to the next one quickly. And now questions are going to be little easy for you. Let's see. And these questions would be related to the getBy methods, right? Next questions which you would be seeing till 10th question, all are going to be related to getBy methods. Okay, so this is the question: which locator is correct for selecting an input associated with the label email address, right? And these are all the 4 options. So we want to locate the element, right, which is having the label email address, right? So usually you would be able to see different input fields where you would be having different labels on top of that, right? Let's say if it is a username or password or email address, so we want to select the element which is having label as email address. We have 10 more seconds. All the people have already given the answer. So 89% people have given option B, has selected option B, which is page.getByLabel, and the label should be email address. And I think someone has selected this particular answer, which is page.locator, and this locator, right? Now let me reveal the correct answer first. So 89% people have given the correct answer, which is page.getByLabel, and the label should be email address, right? So what I was talking about, just let me tell you. Let me open my site. Here we would not be able to see label. Just a second, let me open my site if there are any options related to the label. Okay, let me inspect it. Okay, so see what we wanted to select. We wanted to let me go to the question. We wanted to select an element, right? We want to get an element. The element was input, and which is associated with this label, right? So here, as you can see onto this particular site, we are having different input fields. One is username, one is password, and here we wanted to, let's say here we want to select the element which is having label as username. So here, as you can see the HTML structure also, here we have label username, right? And it is associated with this particular input field. So what we would be selecting, we would be selecting this particular input field, but by using the label. So with this particular input field, which label is there? Username. So that's what we have mentioned here, right? We wanted to select our input element with the label email address, and to do so we need to use the getByLabel method, which is having text, or which is having the label as email address, right? Not text, it is label, right? As you can see, we are using the label tag also as HTML tag. Let me into the VS Code if I use it somewhere. See, again, here also we have given the same, that we wanted to select the element with the label email, right? And then we can perform any operation, right, on top of that. These are different options that I'm not discussing for now, but it should be having this particular label, right, email. Now let's go to the next question. If you want to see the leaderboard, here is the leaderboard. We have Shweta onto the top, then Muthu, Bibi, Sana, and Bibi. Okay, now let's move to the next one, which is this one. Which locator finds an input element with the placeholder search here and this dot dot dot, right? And here are all the options which you can select. You have 45 seconds. And guys, if you are still having any doubt, you just let me know into the comments. I should be able to clear your doubt related to these topics. Okay, so all the people have given the answer. Let me reveal the correct answer, and then we will discuss it. So 89% people have selected this option C, which is page.getByPlaceholder, and the placeholder should be search here dot dot dot, right? But from that, 11 people have selected this option, 11% people, right? And correct answer is this one, page.getByPlaceholder, and here the placeholder text should be search here dot dot dot, right? And let me give you an example. So what is placeholder? This thing, right, which is appearing inside the input field. And here you would be able to see this placeholder, right? This is the element, input element, right? Here we have property placeholder attribute, right? And its value is enter username. Similarly, there can be any text, and using this particular thing, we should be able to detect the element. And how we can detect that? That's what we have discussed, right? We have seen. We need to use this page.getByPlaceholder, and here any text for which you want to detect, right? Let's say here it was search here, but if we want to detect element using this enter username placeholder, you can just simply give this particular placeholder value from here. I would suggest to copy it rather than writing while detecting the locator, so that there should not be any spelling mistake, right? And now let me go to the next question. And here is the next question, which is the seventh one. Which locator correctly select a paragraph element, which is P, right, containing the word success? And here also we want to use the getBy method. Now we can select the answer. Let's wait for 40 more seconds. You have 40 more seconds, right? Try to give the answer quickly. And guys, still you are having any doubt related to it, I would suggest to go to this particular playlist, try to watch each and every video. It would also help, definitely help you in your interviews also. Okay? Multiple people, see, likes of people have already watched the whole this particular playlist, right? And we have got answer. And 67% people have selected this option A, and then other people have selected different answers. Let me reveal the answer. So correct answer is option A, which is page.getByText, and then we have provided success text here. So what was the question? We wanted to select a paragraph element containing the word success, right? It should contain success at least. There can be multiple words, like say success, what is success, right? But we want to select, if there is success in that particular paragraph, we want to select it. Okay, so for that, this is getByText, right? By just detecting that particular text, we would be able to detect the locator. Here into the VS Code, have I used that getByText somewhere? Yeah, this one at line number 35. See, page.getByText, and this is the text which is new customer, right? If any element which is having text as new customer, we should be able to detect it, right? And here I'm just trying to extract the text content of it and console logging it. And guys, here into this particular question, this particular answer, we have given the regular expression, right? That if it is containing this particular regular expression, which is for the success, it should contain success, then we should be able to detect it. If we want to detect the element, let's say there is one element, as into the VS Code you can see, if there is an element with this exact text, so in that case we need not to give the regular expression. You can just directly give the text which is having new customer, right? But there we wanted to select a whole paragraph which is having success inside it, so that's why we have given regular expression here. Okay, now we can reveal the leaderboard quickly. We have Shweta onto the top with all the correct answer within 3 minutes 8 seconds. Then we have Muthu, who has given 6 correct answers out of 7. Then we have Vidhi, Sana and Vidhi. Okay, now let's move to the next one, which is which locator correctly select an image with alt property, right? And its value should be company logo. Here are all the options. You can select, or you can try to select the correct answer. And again, I am reminding you, this is related to the getBy methods, right? You have 30 seconds more. Please try to select the correct one. And guys, if you are not getting any notification for this live, I would suggest you to join my WhatsApp channel. There usually I post in between, before the live session, that we are going to go live, so that you will get notified, right? You would be able to see links onto my channel, and here you should be able to see all the links. You can use this WhatsApp link to join the WhatsApp channel. Apart from that, if you are using Discord or any other platform, here are all the links you can join. Usually I post it onto the WhatsApp channel, Telegram channel that we are going to do live, so that you will get notified in advance. Okay, now we have 56% people who have selected option B, and 44 has selected option C. Okay, let's reveal the correct answer. So the correct answer is this one. So which is page.getByAllText, and alt text is this company logo. So this alt text is kind of alt is the attribute, right? And it is having the text company logo. Most of the people have selected this, and I'm not sure, but this is detecting the image with the title company logo, right? We are not we want to detect the element which is having this particular property and this value, right? Let me check if we are having any image which is having alt. Okay, let me log in here. We should be able to see, or here are we having any alt property. There can be the case that you would not be having. You may see here we are having, this is the image, right? WishInfinite logo, and here we are having this alt as the property, and its value is this one, my WishInfinite logo. So similarly, so for this, what you will have to do, you will have to give this page.getByAllText, and then your alt text would be my WishInfinite logo, and you would be able to detect this particular image, right? And into the VS Code also, you can just simply give page.getByAllText, and then whatever the text for which you are going to detect the image, and you can perform any operation right on top of that. And now let's go to the next and second last question. And here is the question: you want to select an element with title user settings, which option is correct here, right? You can select option A, B, C, and D. So what we are going to do, we want to select an element with the title user settings. See, if you want to do the same with the help of XPath, right, or the CSS selector, that also you can do, but in the Playwright you are already having predefined methods, right? You can directly use them rather than writing the XPath for detecting the same element. But you have the flexibility that you can use the Locator method to detect the element also, right? But as previously also I told, these getBy methods are more preferred way to select an element rather than going to that Locator method and using the XPath or CSS selector. But if you are not able to do it with the help of these methods, then you can switch for that way, right, where you would be using the XPath, CSS selector, text. Okay, so now 86% people have selected option A and 14% people have selected option B. Let me reveal the correct answer. So the correct option is option A, where we have given this page.getByTitle user settings. Okay, so here what we are trying to do, we are trying to get an element with this particular title, right? So attribute would be the title and its value would be user settings, and here we just need to simply provide that title value, right? And the method will automatically select that element with this particular title, right? So let me give you one example if we are able to see it somewhere. Title, if I've used somewhere onto my site, let me check. Here, see here, for these images, these are anchor tags, right? Here we have used this title. Title is the attribute, its value is check our GitHub repository, right? So let's say we want to perform a click operation onto this element. What we will do into the Playwright, we will use that page.getByTitle, and then this would be the title text, and you can perform any operation. Let's say if you want to click it with the help of Playwright, you can simply click it. We will be doing the further operation, right? It opened my GitHub. page. Okay, and into the VS Code again, you just need to simply give await page dot get by title, and then any title which you want to data. And one more thing, don't forget to give await with this get by methods, right, or the locator method. Previously also I've told you, you just need to simply mouse over on that, and you would be able to see that if that particular method is returning a promise, in that case you would be able to you should be using that particular element. But on mouse hovering onto these getBy methods, you would not be able to do that because you are just detecting the element. But here we are performing different operation, right? So for the click method, as you can see, we are performing click operation, and here it is returning promise. Similarly, if you are just detecting the element, in that case you need not to give this await keyword, right? But if you are performing any action onto that particular element, anyhow, using any option, if you are using detecting that element, it can be locator, getBy method. If you are performing any action and if it is returning promise, you will have to give the await keyword here, right? And if let's say if you want to just save this element into one variable, in that case there is no need to provide this await keyword, right? That's what means. See, if I will mouse over onto these getBy methods, here you would not be able to see that it is returning any promise. It is just returning the locator, but these action methods returns the promise. See, it is written promise here. If you will mouse over onto this text content, again it is returning the promise, right? Now let's go to our last question of this particular part 4 quiz. And here's the question, that how do you select an element with the data-test ID equals to submit button? So you want to select an element with this particular attribute which is having data-test ID and its value is submit-button. And if you're not aware about this particular attribute, this is the additional attribute which we usually get for the automation testing. So if you're not using it, you can ask your development team to add such attribute and the unique value, so it would be very easy for you to detect that element, right? Data-test ID, either if you are using Cypress or Selenium or Playwright, you just need to simply use this attribute and its value to detect the element. Usually if you will ask the developer to add such attribute and its unique value, it is very easy for them to add, right, such property, and it is very helpful, meaning it is very specifically for the automation testing. And 100% people have selected the correct answer. Let me reveal the correct answer, but this is the correct answer only, that page.getByTestId, and any ID which you want to give here. Accordingly, it will select the element. In the VS Code also, you will be able to see the page.getByTestId, and here you need to simply give the ID, and then you can perform any operation. As we are performing fill operation, we are using this await keyword here. Let me show it onto the site for the specific element. Let's say is this one. See, here also I am using this data-test ID on my site, and here if you will just use that method which is getByTestId, right, which is this one, getByTestId, and here you just need to simply provide the value of that test ID, and we would be able to detect this element. You just need to give this particular value inside the getByTestId method. Okay, and now let's reveal the correct answer. Correct answer we have already revealed. Let me reveal the leaderboard, and Shweta is on to top with all correct answer within 3 minutes 28 seconds. Muthu is on to the second. I think in between he has given one wrong answer, so he's on to second position, right? Otherwise, as per the time, if you see, he has given answers within less time duration. Then we have Yugi, Sana, and Vidhi on to third, fourth, and fifth position respectively. Okay, so guys, like this, you can go through the complete video as I told, right, into the playlist, and there you would be able to see, you will be able to see such topics which we have already discussed. I have also explained by doing the coding, right? So if you will watch such videos into the complete playlist, so you will be having better idea about it, right? Rather than just going through the question, I would suggest to get a in-depth knowledge about the topic. So any question will come like this. There can be more questions related to getBy methods, more questions related to locator if you were, but if you will be having thorough knowledge about that particular topic, any question you will be able to answer, right? And for that, here into the playlist, as I told you, you can go to this playlist section, and you just need to simply click onto this playlist, and here you would be able to see all the topics. And this time we have discussed topics related to these two things, which are, just a second, these two has options with the locator method and getBy methods. And into the next video you would be seeing these topics which would be related to the assertion, right? I would suggest to go through these next videos so that you will be more confident into the next video while giving the answer, right? Okay guys, so I think we can close this particular session. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And just a second, no, we have not got any other questions, so we are okay to close this particular call. If you are having still any doubt, so just let me know into the comments for this particular video or for any video, and I should be able to clear your doubt there. Usually I reply on to each and every comment, so you can just leave a comment there. Okay guys, so see you, bye.